Oh. Hi Flosstube, we are back. My name is Becca and this is Shadow, and she really wants her treat. Welcome to my channel, SamBrie Stitches. You can also find me on Instagram under the same name. All the links will be below. This is Flosstube number 68 and today is Wednesday, June 3rd. I do have a lot to cover today, so bear with me. I have a whole bunch of notes I will be looking down, but first off I want to welcome all of my new subscribers. I've received quite a few, so thank you guys so much for giving me a chance. I feel so blessed by the support that y'all have given me, and if you've just found my channel and haven't subscribed yet, I hope that you find something that makes you want to subscribe, so that you can follow all my updates. I try to do extra little videos as well, just to cheer people up. And to my returning subscribers, you guys have been absolutely amazing. And many of you have been with me from the beginning and have just become such close friends. So thank you guys so much. It's been a rough week. I'm not going to get into life updates until the end, because I want to make sure that I get through this video. And if I talk about what's happened this week, I might not make it through the video. So if you want to hear about it, just stick to the end. First off, I wanted to do some thank yous to Anna, Stitch Rody, Niecy Lynn, Gail Phillips, and Janet Japper. Y'all have mentioned me in your videos, given me shout outs, tagged me, whatever you've done. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I've had a lot of fun with my interviews, and you guys have just been amazing, taking time, out of your day to chat with me. Gail, I'll probably be messaging you soon. I'd love to do an interview with you as well, so I'll message you. I wanted to shout out a new Flosstuber. His name is Rob, and his channel is Zav, Z-A-V Stitches. I believe he is also Zav Stitches on Instagram as well. He just has one video out, but I really enjoyed it. I randomly found him by just searching Flosstube in the YouTube search area. And he does ink circles. He's been stitching since he's a boy. And give him a chance. I'll put his link down below. Hopefully you like his videos. He didn't mention the next video when he would release that. I don't know if he's going to do a schedule or whatever, but yeah, I just figured give some new Flosstubers some love. So also wanted to thank Jules, Moonshine Crafter, Lynn from Lynn X Stitches on Instagram, Daylene and Nisha. Nisha, her kids have a Flosstube channel. They are the Sassy Stitchin sisters and brother, and I love her kids so much, and I love Nisha too. She's CoolTB73 on Instagram, for sending me messages in Instagram to check on me because of recent life events. So I appreciate you taking the time to just check on me to see how me and my family are doing. It means the world to me, and it just makes me feel so loved. So thank you. A subscriber of mine had sent me a message, and I offered to ask all of you. She is in search of a pattern. It is called Lady Liberty Sampler, and I will insert the picture here. It's by Becky Boo. Never heard of the designer, but she has been looking for it. It's kind of her unicorn chart. So if any of you have any information, I'd appreciate it. You can leave it in the comments, shoot me a message, and I'll get it to her. But I figured we could open it up and help her out and see if we can help find her unicorn chart. This makes me kind of laugh, but many of you have asked if Shadow was going to get her own Instagram account. She did. I made one. I don't know how updated I'll keep it, but she has, I think, like 33 or 35 followers already. So her link will be down below too if you want to follow her. I will try and at least do a daily photo of her. I don't know, we'll see. But there were many requests, so she's pretty popular, I guess. And then I wanted to go over the interviews that are going to be posting this week. Friday will be Janet Jabber, and then Sunday is going to be Audrey Stitchy Witch 42. I'll be chatting with her tomorrow. So those are the interviews for this week. I haven't contacted anybody for next week. This week's been pretty rough. Like I said, I'll do the recap at the end. I haven't been mentally focused, so I'm not sure what I'm doing for next week, but I'll get there. I wanted to also show some freebies that were released this week. We have been going through a lot here with the Black Lives Matter and all that kind of stuff that's going on, and so some designers have made some free patterns. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to insert them because it's hard to show. Like when I show them on my iPad, there's a glare and there's fingerprints, and even though I've tried to wipe it off. So the first one that I'm going to show is Works by ABC. It's a freebie that's available on their blog. And this is all from Instagram, so their link is going to be in the profile. So Works by ABC. It says, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." It's a Martin Luther King quote. So that's the first one. And then there are 3 by One of a Kind Baby Designs, Heather Moraldo. She is in Stitches by OKBD on Instagram. And the first one she did says "Be kind," and there'll be a picture up. She also did "Do Good," and one that says "Unity." So I will put those 3 up. The next one is from the incomparable, amazing Beth Twist. This is such a beautiful pattern. It says, we live, dream, breathe, love, explore, grow old. We are humans, the same. All life is precious. Everyone matters. Our origins are the same. We are the same. I think it's supposed to say "we are the same" as one because it's in bigger print. So that one is up on the screen. Also, this one I really like. This is from the Stitching Book Club. This is also a freebie, and it says, "Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly." That's a beautiful, beautiful pattern. They all are. So there's that one. And then another one that says "Black Lives Matter" is from Fuzzy Fox Designs. You can find them on Instagram, and I believe there's a link to this pattern there. And then the last one that I have is from Raging Stitches on Instagram, and it just says "I can't breathe." And this one is also on their Instagram. They give you a link to the URL. So those are the patterns that I found that come up on Instagram. Our stitching community is amazing. We did amazing with the Be Well and Stitch movement. I don't know if this is a hashtag. I haven't seen a hashtag for it, but again, it's just we're just an amazing community. So now that I've gone through those, I am going to pause this, let Shadow inside because she keeps wanting to bark at the people walking by. And then I am going to do an entire May recap. I will show you all of my whips that I still have from Mania and all of my finishes that I did during the month of May. Okay, that took a little longer than I'd planned, but for you, it's just a blink of an eye. Shadow is like a teenager. She's very defiant. She decided she did not want to go inside. She wanted to stay outside. and there is no amount of bribing that will get her inside. She will stand there, you will walk towards her to try to get her inside, and she backs away. So it's like a fun game to her, but it's really annoying to us. Anyways, she is inside now. So I am going to go over my lips. These are kind of in order. I lost track, so I don't know. So you bear with me because they're in a bag down here, and I'm just gonna have to keep reaching down to grab it. And the rabbit's super angry. Man. Janet, this is like your video with all your animals, like getting in the middle of your video. I got a ticked off rabbit and a stubborn dog. Meh. So the one that I started on May 1st that I was supposed to be keeping up on the South Cobweb Corner, and I haven't, was the Little Sheep Virtues Sal. And I started with number 1, which was Hope. And literally, I have not touched it since the 1st. This is on 16 count shale. And this is what I've got done. So just a border. I really need to get back to it, but I was in like a patriotic mode, so that's what I wanted to do. And then the next one that I started was Samsara and red, white, and blue. And I can't believe I didn't get back to this one because it's pretty. I think what got to me was it's not like true patriotic colors, and I think that's what got to me. This is on Fortnight Fabrics bianncetto 18 count. Hey dude, you're little Bunny's a little angry over there. And this is where I got, oops. So I got the outline done, and it started off with the red. So that's how far I got on that. And then the next one I worked on quite a bit throughout, and y'all know it and love it. It's my Lady of the Flag. And, oh, I just like randomly left it like that. That's strange. This is where I'm at. This is 16 count Patriotic from Brandy at BeStitchMe. And I got quite a bit done. I worked on this the other day. It's just beautiful. Beautiful. Super proud of this one. She's working her magic on another piece that's going to be similar to this, the same base color but different splashes of color, so that I can start queen a piece in light of everything that is going on right now. So that'll be nice to start. Okay, these aren't going to go back in the bag, so I'm just going to have to put them on the ground. Lovely. It's going to be fun cleaning this up. The next one is Blackbird Designs, and this is Lady Liberty. And this one I'm a little annoyed at, and I don't know if I'm going to keep going or not. This is on 18 count Artemis from BeStitchMe. The reason I am annoyed is if you look at my piece, I'm using the called for. There is not much contrast in that dress. This has a lot of contrast in the dress. I don't understand what happened. I'm pretty positive I used the right ones, but you can't see much contrast between the fill-in and then the outline, because I did the outline first. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know. That's a lot of work that I put into that. For now, it's just gonna sit in timeout for a little bit until I figure out what I want to do. The next one that I worked on that I really want to get finished next is the Sweet Land of Liberty Blackbird Designs, and I'm doing this one up in the corner. And this one is done on River Rock 16 count. And this is where I've gotten to. So I really want to get back to that. because I want to display it with one of my recent FFOs that I finished. The next one I haven't touched since I started it is My Country from La Di Da. And this is on 22 count, and it's a no name from BeStitchMe, but I haven't touched it since. 22 count, this is my first time stitching on 22 count. It's a little bit challenging, but I really want to get back to this because I like this pattern. So there's that. And then nothing wants to cooperate today. The next one is Red, White, and Bloom from Country Cottage Needleworks. And this is on 16 count Heritage. Let's see if I can do this. This I've worked on a bit. I think I'm using my own color choices on this one. I don't think I'm using called for. And I want to get this finished and get it in that big wreath that I showed a few videos back. The next one was my unicorn chart. One of my Lady of the Flag was too. Blackbird Designs. And this is America. And this is on 18 count 1776 from Color and Cotton. I believe that's a limited edition that came in their box. I can't remember how this goes. I think it goes like that. And that's how far I've got. This fabric is going to look gorgeous. I do not plan on filling in around the flag because that's all fill in. Because I like the fabric and like the blue splotches on it, so I'm not gonna fill it in. I'm gonna need to find another wall for my Patriotic pieces because I don't have very much wall space in my house. It's really weird how it's set up. And that was the thing that I was discussing during the Zoom meetup the other night was I think by now y'all know that I'm kind of a seasonal stitcher, but I also love farm themed and patriotic, which is my house year round, except for little sections that I do seasonally. And I am running out of space and I don't know what to do because I want to keep stitching, but I don't know what to do with all my pieces. I'm starting to get into samplers, so those will take a little bit longer, but I'm still going to do small pieces because I like to do my finishing. I'm just torn right now. Anyways, this is the next one. Hello Summer from Plum Street Samplers. I really need to get this one done because my Hello Spring is still up. This is on 18 count Outback Jack from BeStitchMe. And that's where I'm at. That's gonna go with the display by my front door. The next one was a whip that I really need to get finished. Memorial Day from Hands On Design. This is a style that a few of us are doing in the Pacific Northwest Stitchers group. And this is done on 18 count Heroic from Picture This Plus. And I did get a good chunk done. So I got all the words done and it started on the second flag. So it's coming along. Again, these are my own color choices that I'm doing for this pattern as well. And I really am enjoying the color choices. There's that one. And then my last whip, active whip for Mania, was Erica Michaels, Thanks to the Brave. You've seen this one in like my Stitch With Me's. But I got all of the top filled in and started on the white in the middle. I love this one. It's just a lot of fill-in. This is also on 18 count heroic from Picture This Plus as well. Okay, that was all of my whips. That was a lot of whips. So I'm gonna go through my FFOs that I got done in May during Mania. I don't think these are in any particular order because I honestly don't know when I did what, but this one is my most recent. I finished stitching this yesterday and I FFO'd it last night. Reason being, I needed to focus and make it through the day, and I needed to keep myself busy, so I did this, and you will know why if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook. Otherwise, I will talk about it at the end of this video as part of my weekly recap. But I finished this, and I left the pattern downstairs, I think. So I will put the information for it on here. A very simple finish, lots of sticky board. I did the blue homespun and then some red homespun on a bias. And this is gonna hang, I think I'm gonna put it on my Patriotic wall. I think this is definitely gonna be a year-round piece. The blue house was inspired by Carol, My Life with Miss Sassy. She did her own blue house conversion. I just used one of the called for blues in the pattern. And I also changed the star to red in the middle. And I love this so very much. I made like 5 bows last night. And I had to reposition this a few times after I glued it down. It was a nightmare. I just couldn't focus. And none of the bows or picks or anything like that looked good with this. Flags, I tried everything. And then I finally called my oldest daughter down and I asked her, and she goes, no, that's perfect how it is, just leave it. It doesn't need anything else. So I left it. So I was gonna frame it because that's what Carol did with her. She framed it in this beautiful white frame. But when I put it into the one that I had set aside for it, it was more of a creamy-ish and it just didn't work. So I figured this looked really good because, you know, the wood matches and I don't know. So that was my finish yesterday. A finish and an FFO yesterday. This is one of them that I finished for Mania. This is a Riolis pattern. Sorry if you can hear the airplane. There are so many airplanes flying overhead. This truck was at Hobby Lobby. And I just stuck the pattern on sticky board and stuck it on there. This is one of my favorites. This stays up on my Patriotic wall all year round. And my sweet friend Melissa gifted me that pattern, so I love it even more. This is one of my more boring finishes, and I need to trim the bow. But this is a sal that Brandy from BeStitchMe and I are doing. Or maybe more so me than Brandy, because she's still on January, I think. This is the June hands-on design year of celebrations. And I just stick it on here. It doesn't really, I don't know, it doesn't really go with my displays like the beachy theme, but they're all done on magnets and that kind of stuff. The next two are Scylla and Chelsea patterns that I have finished. Let me just center this kind of, sort of. It doesn't like to stay. So this is Old Glory. This was a metal sign that I got from the dollar store. And I did blue as fabric with stars, and then the red, and then white. And then I made a blue bow. And then the other one that I did was the blue version. So I did opposite. So I did the USA with the eagle, red, blue, and then white, and then the bow. So these two just hang on my Patriotic display by my front door. So, and I have two more of these, one red and one blue of the sign, but I haven't decided whether I want to stitch the other two Patriotic what's in my cups or not. So, and then this is one of my favorites. This is going to stay out year round because I also decorate Patriotic year round. So this is Plum Street Sampler's Henpeck. And this pillow is hand sewn. I did put up a little tutorial. I have playlists now, so you can find it. It's not anything super fancy. I'm not a professional. I didn't record anything. It's just pictures of step-by-step that I have made. And it is available as a PDF for free too, if you just want to contact me. But that's the back of it. And that's just the patch where I cover up where I cut it open. And then I use Alien's craft glue to stick on. This is yarn that I found at Goodwill, but it's like a wonky yarn. I don't know, but I love this one. And then one of my other favorites, this is also hand sewn. This is a Kathy Barrick pattern, Liberty Bell. Love it. And I hot glued the nickel on the bottom of it. And then on the back, it's a We the People backing fabric. So I love that one. And then this one is PrimitiveStitchin, I think on Etsy. It's called the Freedom Crow. This is actually, it's a red and blue Patriotic fabric from Fiona's Craft Cottage. It does look purplish, but I love how this looks. It's a little bit more reddish when in person. This is the back, but I love it. It's very cute. And then I think my last finish for Mania, this was, I think I finished stitching, oh no, there's one more. I think I finished stitching this during Mania, but it was started before, or maybe I finished it just before Mania started, I don't know. But this is the Poutini Summer. Love it so much. And then this is the back. And again, this I used hot glue. This this cording was something I bought at Joann's, I think around Valentine's Day, but I used hot glue to attach it. And even though I don't put up beachy summer themes, this is still in my dough bowl by my front door, my Patriotic, just because I'm so proud of it. It's such a cute pattern. And then the last one's a little bit more of a boring one. It was finished on the 29th of April, but it was FFO'd during Mania. And that's just my stack, which is now crooked. It's this teeny tiny little stack on this big board. And this hangs by my display up in my living dining room area. And there is the summer stack. And then all I did was just tie it. Like I glued twine to the back and then I just tied it. And then usually it stays because it's just hanging on the wall and it's not crooked. So I had quite a few FFOs. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 FFOs during the month of May. So I am pretty proud of myself, and a lot of whips. So I want to get caught up on that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the recap of May. I keep moving my camera, so hopefully it's not, I moved my table back a little bit. So that is that. Stitchy Kindness. I received Stitchy Kindness. A sweet friend. She sent me 4 cards because she's got 3 kids. It's Nisha. So I'm gonna take these out of the envelopes because each of her kids wrote me a message and then she sent me a card. I love this one. This one's from Nisha. I absolutely love this one so much. I think it's just gonna go on display like in my special area because it's Bigfoot. Like, it's so cool. So that was from Nisha. And then this one is from Zoe. And these are the kids that are part of a Sassy Stitchin' Sisters and Brother. This one's from Wyatt. I love it. And then this one's from Maggie. They also sent me some chocolate, which I promptly ate as soon as I got it. And then they also sent me this, and I love it so much. This is not a finishing piece that I had. It's the Pioneer Woman finishing piece. I believe that it's from Walmart, and I love it so much. Yeah, it's from Walmart. So I need to find a piece to put in this, and I think I want this up on my Patriotic wall. I'm just going to keep adding stuff to it. But thank you from the bottom of my heart for the sweet cards. I had already messaged Nisha. I can't talk today. They arrived at just the much needed perfect time for that. Haul. This one I'm excited about. So a subscriber messaged me on Instagram and asked if I was still looking for this pattern. And I was like, well, not really, because I happened to get lucky and find it. But she sent me a link to a shop on Etsy. The shop is the Cottage Needle. And I thought, oh, this is too good to be true. But I bought it anyways. Y'all, I got a second copy of Blackbird Designs America. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to hold on to it, and I am going to do this for my 2,000 subscriber giveaway. I'm over 1,500, and I will be doing a giveaway today for reaching 1,500, but this is going to go whenever I reach 2,000. I bought this so that I could do that for my subscribers, and I'm so excited. And this will also go with it. So it was buy this and you get to pick a pattern from a list for free. So I picked Basket Full of Wintertime, which will be a part of a giveaway too, because I'm not going to stitch that. It's cute, but... So I got those two from the Cottage Needle. I believe that she is sold out now. She only had like 9 of these or something. But I was super excited to get that. And then my other piece of haul is from Stash Unloading. You've seen this before because I got a piece of it from Stitchery Express too. But this is 18 count My Country 'Tis of Thee. It's a fabric flare piece. So I got another one of these. Can't have too much patriotic fabric in my book. Y'all know me and my patriotic stitching. So that was my haul for now. What else? Plans. Okay. Plans. Tomorrow is the 4th. So tomorrow is Patriotic 4th stitching. I have plenty of patriotic pieces to choose from, but I believe I'm going to work on Lady the Flag. So if you would like to join me in stitching patriotic on the 4th, just use the hashtag patriotic 4th stitching, and it'll be down below. I'd love to see what y'all are working on. I just figured that that would be a good hashtag to make because we have Merry 25 and we have Dark 13. So patriotic needed some love too. So that's the plan for tomorrow. 2 sales coming up. One this month, one next month. This month, Forest City Stitching on Flosstube won my giveaway a while ago for hands-on design Humble Honey. This is the pattern. And we decided that we want to stitch it together. It's a small pattern, so it shouldn't take, too long, but it'll be an ongoing sal for anybody who ever wants to join. We're starting this on June 6th, and our hashtag is going to be Humble Honey Sal, and I will put that down below too. So I'm super excited to start this and stitch that up and put it with my bee display. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. Then this is what I'm super excited about. So our Zoom meetup group, we were on our Zoom meetup on Monday, and somebody had posted Teresa Covet's new patriotic sampler, Land That I Love. I'll insert a picture here in one of our Insta group chats, because we have 2, because Instagram limits the amount of people in one group chat. And a bunch of us went crazy. All of a sudden I bit by the sampler bug. This is patriotic. It's stinking huge. But a lot of us went crazy. So Anna Stitch Roadie mentioned in the group chat, well, 4th of July start? Let's sell it. And I was like, heck yeah. And then a whole bunch of other people were like, yeah. So our Zoom group, a few of us, are going to be selling it starting on 4th of July. But the thing is, I have been trying to give shout outs to shops who need, you know, financial help. And so I went straight to Starlight Stitchery and I messaged them and I was like, hey, are you going to have a pre-order for this? And do you happen to know what the floss list is? And blah, blah, blah. I got a response immediately. And she goes, oh, well, I emailed Teresa, you know, when I got your message, I'll let you know what the floss list is, but yeah, we'll be doing pre-orders. It's like, perfect. So put me down for the pattern and I'll wait for the floss list. Well, the next morning, she got back to me this morning. I think it was this morning or yesterday morning. I can't remember now. And I ordered the fancy floss because it's a combo. And then I put into the Instagram group chats, I was like, hey, I ordered through Starlight Stitchery. They're amazing. They need some help, you know, financially. And everybody that was doing our Zoom sale ordered through them as well. So it's super exciting. So if you would like to join us on Land That I Love, Teresa Koget's sampler, we're starting July 4th. Everybody is welcome. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be an ongoing, everlasting sale because, you know, me and giant patterns. But I would ask that if you are joining us, that you give Starlight Stitchery your order for this. They are currently working on ordering the flossin needed. I have a message out to see what they're going to do with the linen. I won't be using the called for because I'm an Ada stitcher. Oh, and there are no specialty stitches in this pattern. So us Ada stitchers, we are good to go. I double checked with Teresa on that one. I believe right now the hashtag I think that we came up with in the chat is Land That I Love Zoom Sal. And I'll post that down below too. But it's going to be a lot of fun. It looks like the release date is June 15th through the 20th. So hopefully we'll get it in time to start on the 4th of July. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully lots of people join in. And that is everything that I have. I'm going to do the giveaway first, and then I'm going to do my recap of my week. I have hit 1,500 subscribers. Actually, I'm almost at 1,550. So thank you all so very much for the support, for subscribing. So I'm going to do a giveaway, but I'm going to implement a couple of rules. The normal ones like don't say giveaway, please be 18 so you can give me your address. But if I don't recognize you from like comments, or if I don't see you on my subscriber list because you're private, I'm going to ask that you send me a screenshot that you're subscribed to my channel. Not because I am like super, you have to be subscribed, but when I did my 1,000 member giveaway, we had an absolute nightmare. We had people claiming stuff that wasn't theirs. It was just a lot of craziness. So this way, at least, there'll be communication instead of just like random people claiming, if that makes sense. If you don't want to send me a screenshot that you're a subscriber, please just don't enter. So that's going to be my thing. And if I recognize you, I'm not going to ask for a screenshot. All right. So all I'm going to do is keywords, because we all saw how much of a nightmare my 1,000 member giveaway was. So you don't have to make a sentence if you don't want to. You can if you want to make it fun. But there are 5 patterns that I'm going to do with keywords. So get ready to write them down or keep track of them. The first one, these are all well, 3 are brand new, 1 I got from Goodwill, and then 1 I got from the Stash Unloading group. So, but none of them I've stitched. So the first one that I'm gonna do is designed by Little Stitch Girl, My Country. And the keyword for this is country. So there's that one. The next one I'm gonna do is Little House Needleworks All Dolled Up, and it's Little Lady Liberty. And the keyword for this is Liberty. And then the next one that I got is Stitching with the Housewives, Trucking Along July. And the keyword for this is July. The next one is Stitches by Sherry, Happy Everything. And the keyword for this is happy. And that's the pattern. This is just DMC for the happy everything. And then the next one that I got from Goodwill, and it still has the tag on it, is Shepherd's Bush Gathered Hours. And the keyword for this is hours, H-O-U-R-S. And it has some sheep, and it says gentle threads like strands of flowers gathered here to fill my hours. And then there's a sheep pattern that you can stitch to. A couple, looks like a lamb shaker box, a pin cushion, and then the main pattern. So those are the 5 giveaways. This is gonna go through till next Wednesday. Oh, Carl says hi. I was wondering if he was gonna make an appearance. Hopefully you heard him. So again, make sure you use the keywords. I will do the drawing Wednesday of the next video. So that is it. If you don't want to stick around for my life updates, I appreciate you hanging out this long. I have a feeling this is longer than my normal videos because I'm already at a half hour for this. So thank you. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Please like my video. Go check out my interviews. I have a whole playlist of different things, interviews just to make you smile, a couple tutorials, so you can check out the playlists. So if you're leaving me, I will see you next Wednesday, and until then, happy stitching, everybody. And if you're still with me, thank you. I appreciate you wanting to hear about my week since the last video. It has been somewhat of an emotional roller coaster. We were told that my husband's truck, he had a Harley Davidson Ford F-150 special edition truck that was his baby. It was an old truck, like 2008, but it was gorgeous and beautiful. And it hadn't been running well for a month and a half, so we were just down to 1 car. So it was fine because it was quarantine. I was stuck at home. He'd take my car. We finally got it in, and they said that his engine was shot and wanted almost $10,000 to replace it. And after, you know, him talking to his brother, who's a car guy, and we didn't even have the 10,000 anyways, but his brother was like, absolutely not worth it for, you know, 2008 truck. So we had to unexpectedly replace this truck because we needed 2 vehicles because I may be going back to work. We need transportation. So that was a nightmare. We spent 9 hours at least at the car dealership. We looked at every single truck. My face was completely sunburned. It was a super awkward situation with the salesperson. I don't want to get into that, but apparently he knew somebody that I worked with, and it turned awkward because she used to date his son, but then they broke up, but I didn't realize he didn't know. And yeah, so that got a little awkward. But we ended up getting my husband a new truck. We ended up, I think we turned a negative into a positive with how everything's going to work out. I think it'll be good for us. But with the amount that we owed on his old truck, we had to go with a brand new truck. and roll everything in, and a lot of details. But I think we turned a negative into a positive with that, and we absolutely love the truck that we got. So so that was that. And then, you know, we were getting updates daily on Grandma. My brother-in-law would text me last Wednesday. I don't remember if it was before or after I recorded, to be honest with you, because the days are all a blur. But my daughters and I did a Zoom chat with my brother-in-law, who was with Grandma. She was moved from her home, the retirement community, hospice community, because of the floods in Michigan, and so they were keeping her in a hotel room, and my father-in-law would stay with her, and then, you know, they would visit her, and so you know, we'd get daily updates. We Zoomed with her. She didn't look very well, and that was last Wednesday, and when we got to say our goodbyes, my husband did not want to see her like that. I don't blame him. He said his goodbyes in a different way over the phone. And the nurse kept saying, you know, any day now, any day now. And Grandma would just fight and hold on. And every so often she would blink her eye or move her hand or her foot. She hadn't eaten in, I want to say, a week and a half, 2 weeks. She's 93, I believe. So had nothing to do with coronavirus or anything. It was just, you know, old age. And she was down to just a couple of ice chips a day. And, you know, just living on pins and needles of when am I going to get, you know, it's not a matter of if, it's just when are we going to be told that Grandma, sorry, I'm going to cry, that Grandma had passed. So I didn't want to be at the store or, you know, anywhere out in public because I know that I would melt down. So yesterday, I was getting out of the shower and I, you know, was getting dressed, and I checked my phone, and there's a text message from my husband from work, and he had said that Grandma had passed at 9 in the morning yesterday. And I luckily was at home because I broke down. Both of my girls came running out of the room, you know, and were consoling me. And I know it was her time, but it's still really, really hard. She's in Michigan. We are unable to go back to say our goodbyes. I don't believe they're doing a funeral. They're just doing a graveside and then spreading some ashes. But due to my husband's work, we're still under the whole travel quarantine, and he wouldn't be able to quarantine for 2 weeks when he got back. So we're unable to go. So thank you for everybody who was sending prayers and love and positive thoughts. She is now with my husband's grandpa, who passed away 22 years ago, just before we were married. My husband was so excited for me to meet his grandpa and his grandma. And just before we got married, his grandpa passed. And so for our honeymoon, we went back to Michigan so I could meet his family and attended his grandpa's funeral. So 22 years she lived without her husband that she loved so much. So yeah, sorry. So thank you, everybody. I know that was probably a lot more than you wanted to know on that. But on a positive note, after getting, you know, calmed down yesterday morning, I finally got the courage to go on base. And they have some very stringent security checkpoints. It was a nightmare. Went to the pharmacy. They did not have my prescriptions. I went upstairs and physically talked to somebody, and I was a little distraught. You know, I've been off my medication for 3 months. Just found out Grandma passed away. And they basically told me there was nothing they could do. And I was like, come on now. They claimed that they had no messages from me. And I was like, I've called many times over this whole stay-at-home order and left messages. And she's like, oh, I take the messages. I have no records from you. And I was like, are you kidding me? So I said, all right, can you leave a message for the doctor? Blah, blah, blah. So I get home I'm super ticked off. I'm super emotional yesterday. And then I get a call from this guy who apparently the lady that I spoke to at the front desk escalated it for me, which was amazing. I get a call from this guy. He says, we're taking care of it. We're so sorry. We're giving you extra refills so you don't have to deal with this, because the security is going to get even more crazy, and nobody can get through on the phones apparently. So I was like, okay, well, I'm not coming back on base. Just put it out in town. I'll pay the copay. Big deal. You know, I'm not dealing with that. So they pushed it out in town to the Walmart, and I was able to get my prescription this morning, and it was only a couple bucks. So I have my medication back, everybody. I know lots of people were worried about my headaches and everything. And so starting tonight, I will be back on my medication, and it'll take a little while to kick in, but things are starting to look positive. So you guys have been just such an amazing support and checking in on me with everything. So I just wanted to fill you in on this week. Like I said, it's been an emotional roller coaster, but I think overall it's been positive. Even with Grandma's passing, you know, she's at peace now, and she's with her husband. So a positive. And I know I'm not going to get into what's been going on lately, you know, in the world. But just know that if you need somebody to talk to, I'm here. Just stay safe, stay healthy, keep stitching. I'm telling you, stitching this yesterday. This is, I stitched most of this yesterday. I did this at the pharmacy. I did this at home, and then I finished it last night. Keeping busy, this kept my mind focused so that I didn't go down like a rabbit hole, you know, of sadness. So stitching does help. Stitching is a therapy. So I appreciate you all sticking around to the end. And if you did, thank you so much. You guys mean so very much to me. And I hope that you know that. And I hope that you're just all doing well. And until I do my next weekly update on Wednesday, happy stitching. Keep an eye out for those interviews, and I'll see y'all next week. Thank you.